What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. This is going to be a very quick, easy, and fast guide for Liino, our latest and greatest idol character coming into Arknights Endfield. You know how in every gacha game, there's like that one character that comes out, that support character where you just pop a button and they just do everything you need them to do without having to worry about any fancy text. That is going to be Liino. There's not much to talk about with this character because she's just so easy to use. And if you're somebody that's going to be running electric and or nature teams, maybe you're running arcane as a main DPS, or maybe you're running Zhuangfang Yi as a main DPS. This unit is an absolute monstrosity as a supportive unit on both of those teams and any future electric and nature teams as well. She not only applies a attack percent buff, she also applies a nature and electric buff while also healing your team, reducing the damage that they take while returning SP back to the team. I mean, she does it all, and she's doing it while looking absolutely gorgeous as an idol character. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it so that you can know how to build this character, play this character, and use her effectively. So as usual, I like to start off with the new character's basic attacks, but with Liino, her basic attacks are actually quite useless. I mean, you can use them, of course, right? But the thing is, when you pop her battle skill, she enters this stance called the vocalist stance. And what happens is she cannot basic attack and she cannot dodge. You can move around, but you can't do anything else because the stance is designed to work passively as you're using or piloting a main DPS or other character. And she does follow you around inside of this stance. So like you can keep the buffs activate. If you leave this, in 3 seconds goes by, all the buffs will go away. So you do kind of want to stay inside of this little radius that she's inside of. Plus it's got a big, beautiful heart in the middle. So, you know, she's got so much love to give. Seriously though, you can use this character's basic attacks outside of this stance. But the thing is, you're going to be inside of that stance the vast majority of all combats. And so basically you're not going to be using her basic attacks. And I have even better news for when you're inside of her ultimate. Her ultimate pretty much replaces that exact same stance to give you even bigger buffs to your team. This is why I said this is one of the easiest characters in the, actually this is the easiest character in the game to use. You basically just keep a buff active. The only real I would say challenges to play the character is timing the buffs to ensure that your team is receiving them during their strongest DPS windows. Now, there is something important to take note of. When you're inside of her vocalist stance, which is popping her battle skill, you do get access to some really valuable buffs. For one, again, it lasts 60 seconds. It gives you a 10% attack buff. Attack buff is way stronger in Arknights Endfield than other gacha games in my experience. It's a stronger efficacy. But you also get continuous healing. She has this beat interval, which I want to show you guys real quick. Every 3 seconds, you'll see a beat just vibrate across the radius. Boom. So you have that beat interval is definitely going to be providing that periodic healing. You get the 20% healing bonus inside of the radius. You get a 20% damage reduction inside of the radius. And she deals electric damage periodically every 10 seconds on top of the damage that you're already doing. And so this is her vocalist stance. You pop the battle skill and that happens for the next 60 seconds. Next up, we have the combo skill, which let's start off with the condition to activate it. You just have to be inside of her singing stance. And if an arts reaction occurs like electrification or corrosion, or somebody consumes it, which Fang Yi can consume electrification, that will trigger the condition to activate it. And the most important thing you need to know about this is one, it does heal the team, but two, it returns SP back to the team every time an electric or nature character cast their battle skill. And because it's only got an 8-second cooldown, you can actually funnel quite a bit of SP back into the team throughout your rotations. So it's very easy to use, very easy to fulfill. The next most important thing about her kit though is going to be the ultimate. The ultimate is just as easy as the battle skill, and I'll explain it to you to where it makes perfect sense. Basically, you cast his ultimate, it replaces her vocalist stance with Cosmo voice stance. In like gameplay terms, same exact thing, just a different term that gives better buffs. I actually took the liberty of putting down all the benefits of it so you don't have to read all the descriptions and such. When you pop her ultimate, all buffs are in sync for 15 seconds. You don't have a 60-second duration anymore on your passive singing stance that Liino is in. It's now only 15 seconds. So you got to make sure you time this correctly with the DPS's burst damage window. So make sure you're timing that correctly. 15 seconds is also plenty ample time. In that 15-second duration, I'll explain this in a bit, but 42.88% amplification is given to both nature and electric teammates, all in the party. You also get the same 10% attack buff that the Vocalist stance gives you. You get a 16% party-wide buff from your Eternal set. We'll get into set building here in a bit. You get another 5.6% attack buff if you're using her signature weapon. And then you get a 15-second duration to activate and make use of all these buffs. This does override her battle skill. The battle skill won't start activating again. You'll have to recast it. Luckily, it doesn't cost much at all. In short, literally just popping her ult gives you every single one of these buffs. It's an insane ease of use, and just time the ult casting right before your DPS unit's about to pop off. That is her kit in a nutshell. Now, there are some intricacies I want to explain. How did I get the 42.88% nature and amplification buff? Basically, when you give this character her signature weapon, completely deck her out, fill out the entire tree here, and you give her the best in slot set, which is going to be her internal Zyronite set, you're going to be able to get a maximum of 1072 will, which you can see that's what I'm currently at right here. Now, inside of her ult, it will explain to you how I came up with the 43%. Basically, you have a 0.04% amp increase per will. And so you take the 1072 times 0.04 and you get the damage amplification of 42.88%. I haven't found another way to increase it because once again, when you come over here and you look at this, it's going to give you main attribute plus 27.9. I put a filter on the main attribute stat in particular to try and find more ways, just in case I wanted to get that maximum 60% threshold to increase the team's party. And the only thing I've found is the Lynx Slap set. So I don't think there's a way to increase outside of unlocking her dupe 2, which gives you another will plus 20. Which means maybe there's another character coming out down the line that's going to be increasing main attribute stat thresholds and such. Once again, if you guys found another way to do it, comment down below and let me know. But I do think, as of now in my testing, 1072 is the most I was able to get out of her. Now, I do think this is the perfect time to talk about how to build this character. Liino is going to be somebody who's going to rock the Eternal Zyronite set, the godly, universal supportive Eternal Zyronite set. It works with everybody. And her kit is so easy to use. Once you pop her ult, this 16% damage will just compound on top of all the other buffs. And it also lasts 15 seconds. So it's perfect. It's got ultimate gain efficiency. She does have 160 cost ult, so you do want ultimate gain efficiency. It's got that on all three pieces, and then for that final piece you want main attribute to get that will stat up higher, because that's going to increase the efficacy of electric and nature amp when you pop her ultimate. So this is going to be the very concentrated survivability set. It's going to be all four pieces of the Lynx set. We'll go over those in a bit, but it gives you higher HP treatment efficacy. The whole team gets 15% damage reduction, and if the treatment exceeds your max HP, you're already at max HP, that gets boosted to 30% damage reduction. So I can imagine this set being utilized in the more incredibly difficult, challenging scenarios where you're getting one-shotted and so on and so forth. It's got ultimate gain efficiency on all the pieces. You've got treatment bonus on these other two pieces, the Lynx Aegis Injector. So you put two of these on her for treatment bonus. You put two of these on her for the ultimate gain efficiency. And there you go. She's got all the supportive capable needs to keep your team alive and well. Now, in terms of her weapons to use, of course, in Arknights Endfield, you always have the Battle Pass free version as the second alternative. That is going to be what's called the Golden Age. Again, you can unlock this completely free via the Battle Pass. It is going to give you treatment efficiency and will as a main stat, but it doesn't give you main stat attribution the way that this does. This is main stat attribution, so that means it's going to increase your will stat higher, which is going to give you more electric and nature amplification conversion. But on top of that, it gives you an attack percent buff by literally just healing the team. And attack percent is one of the strongest multipliers in AKE, whereas this one here is going to give you a arts damage dealt increase. It's not as strong as attack percent buff increase. It's good. It's a great option, but I'm gonna be real. I think the signature weapon for her, not only it matches the drip too, right? The drip is important for me, but the signature weapon, in all seriousness, is very good. In fact, theory crafters have already calculated that even the battle pass at max refinement still is 15% weaker than the R0 signature weapon, which means if you did end up getting the battle pass weapon, do not waste your dupes on duping this one out, because it's not going to change anything. Just get one copy of it and call it a day. If you go for the signature weapon, it'll be 15% better thanks to that main attribute buff, as well as the attack percent buff given to the party. To get the most out of Liino and team compositions as of now, it's going to be the Zhuang Fengyi team. You have Arklight and Liino recovering SP, allowing Fengyi to pop off. Ridiculous amounts of buffs are given to Fengyi as well. And then you've got this team right here, which is more of a free-to-play friendly option for Arcane, but you can definitely make Liino the final edition slot for the Tong Tong Zahi and Arcane team. This is my favorite team for Arcane. It pops off. Typically in this slot, you would actually put Akakuri, but you can replace Akakuri with Liino, who's not only going to heal the team, reduce their damage taken, but she's going to give a fat damage bonus over to Arcane so that she can nuke them down for a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, normally we would go into showcases and get into the depth of how to play these characters, but once again, Liino is so easy to use. All you have to worry about is just timing her ult right before the main DPS pops off. You pop that ult, everybody gets the buff. It lasts for the next 15 seconds. It's GG's. She's easier than quite literally every other character in the game, especially the healer characters that are in her same role. Overall, I think she's an easy pickup if you're playing teams like Arcane or Feng Yi and you're looking to invest in those nature and electric amplification comps for the future to come. But if you're not playing those two teams, then you can totally skip her safely and you'll be completely fine. That's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and happiness, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.